Hello everyone and welcome to the 8th Annual Dare to Understand Awards. We are so glad that you're here this evening. My name is Amanda Skates-Freitlinger. I'm the Development Director at the Interfaith Center. On behalf of the staff and board, thank you. Thank you for coming out on a Thursday night to honor 3 awardees who embody the Center's vision. That our region, our workplaces, congregations, neighborhoods, and schools reflect the vibrancy of a religiously diverse democracy, where all people are valued, distinctive traditions are welcomed, and people of diverse backgrounds can collaborate to shape a just society. Our bold vision is made all the more real because of PECO, Jane, and Husnaa. I'm going to cover a number of hospitality items up front, and then I'll outline the beginning of the program. First, restrooms are located in the atrium behind you. If you could all make sure that your cell phones are also silenced at this time. And we are estimating that our program tonight should end at approximately 8 p.m. and we would love for you to join us for refreshments and dessert after. I am honored to introduce our performers for you tonight. To start the evening, Husnaa Hashim, Philadelphia Youth Poet Laureate and Interfaith Center Youth Leader, will present one of her poetry pieces. Husnaa has been involved in various Interfaith Center programs and initiatives over the past 4 years. And the vulnerability and depth of her poetry is so powerful. We're so grateful for her partnership and her leadership. After Husnaa performs, we will hear from Hafiz Kotaim, Percussion Director for Al Bustan Seeds of Culture. Hafiz will lead the Arab Percussion Ensemble, which you see behind me. And this features students from Moffett Elementary School, Northeast High School, and the West Philadelphia Spring Ensemble. I invite us all now to get comfortable, to center ourselves after a busy day and a hectic week, and to take a moment to allow Husnaa's words to fill us with a sense of renewal and growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia Youth Poet Laureate, Husnaa Hashim.
I cannot escape the veil in my head. Fabric I draped at the age of 9 when I was taught to wrap myself in expectation, the coffee of my skin. Bitterness of flesh when I tried to scratch the pain away of the ointment of my eye. Pointed ovals floating between stars encrusted in a ring of a lighter brown, but still I do not know who I am. The longer I allow the sadness to sink in, the more I lose myself. The more I become it. The problem is that I never thought I would have to stay in this body for an entire lifetime. I do not want to waste this lifetime. My mother grew up overseas. She taught me how to write Persian. I know at the age of 3 to bite pomegranate between teeth, sucking the blood of 1,000 Syrian refugees, clean to hold them and tell them that all of the memories they jumped into the sea on their way to Austria and Germany will be fished out by us. That we will hang their memories to dry with our laundry until they can swim home again. My mother taught me how to recite Quran, divine revelation on tongue. When we buried my brother, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, she said. We belong to God, and to God we shall return, she said. However, there is something she didn't teach me, my mama. My mama didn't teach me how to scrub the pain from my throat. She said, recite dhikr, which just made my silence move drier. She said, pray about it. But my mama didn't teach me what to do when God just does not hear you. What to do when you have been screaming to God for 5 years. My mama didn't teach me how to swallow a salvation that was pushed down throat. How to honor my Black Panther of a grandmother. The fight for justice innately in limb. I just do not know how to fight for justice for my body, for my limbs. I'm really stuck. I'm stuck between an Irshad Manji and an Amar Nakashwani, and I'm just kind of a really, really progressive roomie. They say that our cells duplicate, and that every 7 years our bodies are completely new again. I am waiting. However, my cells are acting weak, so I just want to tell her that I'm sorry. The bricks that I am made of are not walls yet. My bricks haven't set yet, but Mama, when they become walls, I will paint them after you. The golden back, the queen and sing the throne after you, and I will invite you in.
Okay, so how about now? Can you do like this? No. Okay. So behind me I have 3 Arab percussion ensembles from different schools, and I have 2 actually. John Muffet Arab Percussion Ensemble. Can you raise your hand, guys? From Northeast High School, I put the name Amal, which is mean hope, Arab Percussion Ensemble. Can you raise it? I have also students who graduated from Muffet. They came to Hull. Can you raise your hand, please? And I have the Spring Arab Percussion Ensemble that I teach every Tuesday. Raise your hand, please. So, you're gonna have fun, trust me. And we're gonna try not to play too loud. Help me, because there's a lot of echo here, which is good. So, before we play, just let me tell you about what I do. I'm the percussion director with Al Bustan Seeds of Culture. I've been with Al Bustan so far, this is my 11th year. I love what I do. It's an awesome organization. We teach the language, the dance, the culture, the art, the poetry, the singing, drumming, and our goal is just to share that beautiful culture. Yeah, we're going to change that kind of some minds out there about the culture. There is a lot of richness behind it. Musically speaking, the dance, hopefully one day we can get to present the Darki, what we call it. It's a simple dance, very famous as well, that I do teach as well, beside the singing. So enjoy, but before, let me tell you about the notations. There is notation. I wrote myself 3 books, and I'm writing my 4th. Hopefully soon it will be out there, about the Arabic percussion. Remember, I was born in Venezuela, so it's kind of born in Venezuela, raised in Syria, / Lebanon. And it's a mixed family. So with all my composition, what I put, I always add that Latin flavor to the Middle Eastern flavor. So you will hear, for example, a left, which is cut. You will hear it next to, for example, next to the Brazilian samba, tak. So today we have 2 separate solos, and we have 2 call and answer, where I call the group and they answer me. But let me teach you the notation. So we have the dual. Now, that do wasn't together, right? So here we go. We have the do. Is that together? Yes. Then we have the ta. Then we have the tika. So the do, the ta, and the tika. Now, enjoy the show.
Good evening. Thank you, Husnaa Hashim, for your incredible, powerful we're trying percussion ensemble, so we're walking out. One more hand for that. This is the 8th year that we've done our Daring to Stand Awards, and it seems just so fitting that we have for you an evening of percussion and poetry. It's been quite the year. It just seems like that powerful voice of the drum and the powerful voice of the poet are echoing the outcries and the rising up of what's been going on around us. How ironic that all of us are born with a common heart, and yet, as a society, we've lost our kids. I've been thinking a lot about the saying, she marches to the beat of the drum. How many of us grew up thinking of that as a pejorative term? Perhaps it's just one more way that we've been conditioned to think that somehow we should all just concede. Our work at the Interfaith Center is unabashedly about the opposite message. It's our very distinctiveness that's meant to shine and welcome and be welcomed and treasured. Does a woman who wears a hijab to an interview at a trendy retail store march to a drummer that makes us uncomfortable? When Jews, Muslims, Baha'is, and others don't march to the rhythm of the Gregorian calendar, are we out of step? If we don't march to the beat of any faith community, or if we're Orthodox in practice, are we welcome at the table? Yes, we must all be equally valued and respected. At a national conference this year on religious bullying, we learned that among parents surveyed, bullying was up at 43% for Muslim students, 33% for Jewish students, and 23% for evangelical Christians. And one of the more shocking statistics was that 25% of the bullying was reported to have come from teachers. We have some understanding work to do. Today happens to be Yom HaShoah, a day dedicated to the memory of the Holocaust. So we shudder, recalling that in our own community this fall, a Jewish student in our Walking Along Youth Initiative was taunted repeatedly in his high school with words like, "Your family should be back in the ovens." And within just the last month, a swastika was painted on a residence in Northern Liberties. In Husnaa's words, no one taught us how to scrub the pain from our throats. We have a lot more understanding to do. In our work at the Interfaith Center, we listen to the pain that's caused when identity is squelched, and we dare to care about and respect each other. Our work offers practice in forging bonds rather than fostering divides. Our work in all sectors helps us regain the stride as a region. May we move forward with humility and curiosity, welcoming all the sacred marchers and drummers to build a harmonious future together. I think of tonight's honorees, PECO, Husnaa Hashim, and Jane Golden as a Philadelphia trifecta. What could be a more winning Philadelphia combination than having our chief energy provider, our youth poet laureate, and our founder of the City of Murals in the same room? I'm proud that our honorees offer a window into three very critical areas of our work. Our workplace diversity consultations, our youth programs, and our public art initiative. And none of this work would be made possible without the talented and gifted and dedicated staff of the Interfaith Center and the incredible leadership of the board of the Interfaith Center, led by Reverend Judy Sullivan. Would you all please stand, board and staff of the center? Past their representative reviews on the front of your program, but I do want to just single out 5 who are here tonight. Sister Maria Coleman, Dick Fernandez, Larry Silverman, P.T. Eczemont, and Gino Benedict, except as General Counsel. Tonight, our honorees will be presented with a special gift, a limited print edition of a piece created by Chris Bard, who's also here with us tonight. It's called Understanding, and it's understanding in many, many languages, and it's signed by the artist. Hope you will enjoy it. Now, it's my privilege to present our first award to PECO. PECO is a PACE center. It's surprisingly rare for religious identity to be included as part of the diversity spectrum explored in workplace settings. When PECO added this to its diversity and inclusion goals in 2009, we felt privileged that they reached out to the Interfaith Center to help plan workshops and programs. Then, and until the present, we have been inspired by the depth of commitment, resources, and internal leadership that PECO devotes to understanding the rich diversity of its workforce and of the communities in the region that they serve. Experts in the field now know that embracing religious diversity, among other identity markers, positively impacts a company's vitality. It contributes to employee satisfaction and retention, positive improvement in reputation, improved teamwork and collaboration, and better client and customer relations. PECO, congratulations and thank you for courageously embracing these issues. Not only do you help our region literally weather the storms, but you proactively equip your personnel with skills, relationships, and experiences they need to avert problems and address any early challenges that might be here. I'm really proud that Liz Murphy, the Vice President for Governmental and External Affairs, will be receiving the award on behalf of PECO.
I'd also like to thank the board, the committee, the staff, and the volunteers of the Interfaith Center for this award this evening. And also allow me to acknowledge the other 2 recipients. Husnaa, I was able to see you a couple weeks ago at the Free Library Forum with Jack Wilson, and I feel honored to have seen you again this evening, so thank you so much. That was as inspirational as it was 2 weeks ago. And Jane, thank you for your partnership with PECO. It's been a long-standing partnership with the Mural Arts Program, and we are just always amazed that you were able to use art as a tool for tolerance. So thank you so much. I am so proud to be here this evening to accept this award, and it's particularly meaningful for me because, as Kathy said, it was about 2 years ago when our team came to the Interfaith Center and asked if they would come to do a workshop on religious diversity. And 10 years ago, to have that sort of discussion is really very, very interesting. And it's meaningful for me because that was really the first year I started with PECO. So I started in an organization that made a decision a decade ago to start to have these discussions within the workplace. And it was impactful for me, and so when the team said we were getting this award, it just brought back those memories of 10 years ago. And Andy, thank you for leading that workshop. We still talk about it. Since that time, we've been able to really continue on our path of diversity and inclusion. And we do that through employee resource groups. We do it through regular diversity councils that we hold. We have certain goals around diversity that we as a company must meet every single year. And we have it through dialogue, panel discussions. It's really important for us within our organizations, and part of what we also do are what we call our employee resource groups. And those groups bring in various speakers from all walks of life so that we understand diversity, inclusion, and tolerance, and how important it is for us as individuals in PECO. I just want to share 2 examples really in closing that really have been important for us as part of our diversity journey that we have at PECO. Just this past weekend, we welcomed home about a few dozen crew members who were from PECO who went to Puerto Rico to help our citizens in Puerto Rico get their suffering, and we as PECO have to figure out a way with the U.S. government to get our crews down there. And it was really through this employee resource group that opened up the opportunity for the employees to go to Puerto Rico to serve our citizens, and we're very proud of that. Just 2 weeks ago, we worked with Newport and our women's network group, employee network group, and our African American network group, and we held a panel to talk about women in the civil rights movement. And to, again, employees at PECO, there was sort of no better way to honor Women's History Month and the legacy of the civil rights movement. And it was a very, very moving afternoon for all of us. So I want to thank the Interfaith Center again for this very, very meaningful award for us at PECO, and I will take it with honor back to our organization. Thank you so much.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Sharif El-Mekki, and I have the pleasure and honor to present Husnaa this award. I'm also her principal and uncle. Neither one of those roles is easy. Husnaa holds me accountable in both of these roles, so I have double the expectations that I must meet. I remember bringing Husnaa to one of her initial, if not her first walk in the walk meeting. It was on a Sunday, and I wasn't sure if this teenager was going to actually attend on a Sunday afternoon. But I knew one thing that I had going for me. One, it wasn't early in the morning. Second, the other positive was that the Interfaith Center was a dynamic organization engaging youth in ways that could serve as a beacon for our city's youth, as well as other cities, for laymen, for citizens, as well as politicians. Husnaa attended, and I want to say to my surprise, but it really wasn't. She continued to attend. And later, she returned the favor and invited me to one of her walking the walk meetings that she participated in. And I was re-inspired to see the work being done by the organization and all the students and adults who were involved. Husnaa's courageous leadership has been felt deeply in our community. She helped host the citywide anti-Islamic bigotry summit at the Shoemaker campus. She participated in multiple roundtables with other high school students to share solutions to all types of bigotry. She helped to launch our Muslim Student Association. Husnaa applied and was accepted to our full-time dual enrollment program at Community College of Philadelphia, and she is now making a decision of where to attend. And as you heard, we were honored to be the campus that hosts Philadelphia's 2017-18 Youth Poet Laureate. Recently, Husnaa's submission to the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards was recognized as a Gold Key winner. a distinction only bestowed on 1% of over the 350,000 submissions. In an understatement, Husnaa has been very busy and very impactful. It's no surprise to me that Husnaa has been able to accomplish so much. Husnaa has always had a dynamic, creative, and independent personality. A very independent personality. However, it has been really fascinating and inspiring to watch her take a very public role in sharing her thoughts and leadership over the years. I'm super proud to present Husnaa Hashim the 2018 Dare to Understand Award.
Ultimately, I am a traveler on the soil. I would not be here had I not been brought. I would not have been brought had this land not been stolen, and my ancestors' labor not have been needed for its cultivation. Therefore, I would like to pay homage to this Lenape land, and to the ancestors who believed in a future in which I would exist, to the womb that birthed me and all of the hands that have aided in my nurturing. I would like to thank my family, Myra Diaz, Destiny Samuel, and the Interfaith Center of Greater Philadelphia, specifically Marjorie Sharp, Abby Steinman and Hockey, Amanda Skates Pressinger, Nicole Tira, Annika Kapp, Allison Cornish, Margaret Ernst, and Marilyn Burbridge. I hesitantly joined the Interfaith Center in 2013 as a participant in the Walking the Walk Youth Initiative as a shy cyber school 8th grader, entirely unknowing of the opportunities that would follow. After becoming completely love-stricken by the Interfaith Dialogue, I returned for 2 consecutive years as a student group leader. I recently finished my 2nd year as a pilot member of the Visionary Women Initiative. I have planted trees, made blankets for residents of the wheelchair community English House, pitched grants, baked challah bread, celebrated Rosh Hashanah and Christmas and Nowruz, attended peace walks, visited dozens of religious houses of worship, and made invaluable connections to this city and this world. Having this exposure throughout my high school career has been a tremendous way for me to chronicle my adolescence and growth. In September of 2017, I received the position of Youth Poet Laureate of Philadelphia. The piece I opened with, Identity, was written between 2013 and 2015 while I was still a participant of the Walking the Walk program. By literally learning the skills necessary for effective communication, how to engage an audience and share about the values most relevant to my life and my beliefs, I have been able to grow in my work as a poet. My work has been influenced by interfaith dialogue and the ways in which I consciously and unapologetically have learned to show up again and again. However, the greatest thing that the Interfaith Center has taught me is that living things do not die. They are reborn as a breath or a prayer, something to spiritually transcend or literally decompose into the earth. In Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 256, my faith teaches me, La ikraha fid-din, that there is no compulsion in religion, and we are all custodians of the earth. It is my civil, spiritual, social responsibility to tell my truth and engage with those of backgrounds different from my own while holding these understandings simultaneously. I use the term foremother to affectionately refer to women of color writers who came before me and paved the way for me to exist in this art form. In the words of our Lord, the machine will try to grind us into dust anyway, whether or not we speak. We can sit in our corners, mute forever, while our sisters and ourselves are wasted, while our children are distorted and destroyed, while our earth is poisoned. We can sit in our safe corners as mute as bottles, and still we will be no less afraid. Here, Lord was reflecting on her arduous battle against breast cancer and its refusal to leave her body, knowing that it will inevitably kill her. The theme of silence throughout the essay, where this quote comes from, the transformation of silence into language and action, repeatedly brings me back to a place of longing for authenticity. Your freedom is dependent upon my freedom and the freedoms of all of my people, and vice versa. I'm immensely appreciative of this honor. Thank you. I'm going to share the piece that my national class. Let it matter what we call a thing. We will take organic oranges, picked from trees tended to on southern soil, on stolen native land that grew despite this. We will take organic oranges, watered with rain and nurtured with cow dung fertilizer, the most sanctified of unions, the turning of something dead into something alive. We will take organic oranges, photosynthesis running through the veins of trees. We will call these veins branches, call the blood our orange juice dripping upwards towards the sun, defying gravity. We will take organic oranges, reaching high into treetops for the softest, ripest fruit. We will find a creek, lay it across the rocky bank and place the oranges in our laps, cut them open, and squeeze the juice directly into our mouths, swallowing seeds, and all because we are fierce like that. We will take organic oranges, maybe also carrying them in baskets back to cottage, placing them in a juicer machine and listening as technology crushes the life out of them. This ain't no Sunny D stuff. This be that richness that can fuel any morning of the rebellion. Vitamin C and naturally occurring sugars line our bellies cause our fear to run away. We will wash it down and out of us. And your memory, because we are a commodity that can't afford to pay for itself, and you made sure to get in those punches despite placing the bottle on counter, looking clerk in the eye, and walking away. You were 15 years young, 13 days after Rodney King in South Los Angeles before the riots. Latasha Harland, you were a daughter, could have been mother, just another black girl with post-secondary ambitions not worth living out. I know you swallowed before she shot you down. Bullet through the back of the head, money clutched to the palm of hand, soil, palm of the jury, suggested 16 to 30 years in prison. The judge settled on a $500 fine, 5 years probation, and 400 hours community service. You were not done justice, and I know you are dancing in the garden of angels parallel to that of the racists, just picking your oranges, placing them into baskets, looking racist, and the eye after. We have taken organic oranges. We will collect the seeds from juice machine and go outside, sticking them into earth. There will be more where that came from. For every orange is the same until a label is put on it. 12 ounces unpasteurized, organic, preservative-free, cold-pressed whole foods for $6 is not. 20 ounces pasteurized from concentrate with high fructose corn syrup and artificial color Minute Maid for $1.99. What is the etymology of a tongue, an orange, an entity, but a vessel for a black girl's body to be split open, to be planted as seed, to be grounded by the machine, but that which goes unwatered and untapped into earth and still manages to grow. Thank you.
Not to follow that. Congratulations to you. Your poems are like prayer, and I feel very, very grateful to have prayed for you today. I wasn't sure if I was going to share this, but because your fearless leader had shared a story about teacher bullying, I thought that I would. So I was kicked out of art class in 3rd grade. Sister Frances gave us one sheet of paper for our art class once per week. She gave me the sheet, I drew my picture. You know, kids put a lot of pressure on themselves, so I just crumpled it up and said, oh, I messed up. And at that point, I put a lot of pressure on myself. I said, this is like the Art Olympics, Tiffany. Do not get this wrong next year, or next week, rather. So next week comes, the sheet's in front of me, crayons lined up. I'm ready to go. I got this. It was beautiful. A big flowering tree, grass, the fence on the left side, very happy dog running on the right side. And catch this, because for a third grader, this was a kicker. The sun up in the sky, wearing sunglasses. I was like, that's how bright the sun is. The sun needed sunglasses. Man, I'm smooth. So Sister Frances stands next to me, and she says, "What is this atrocity?" Now here's the thing. Third graders don't know what the word atrocity means. I don't know if you know this. So I had my head down and I didn't look up at her to see her expression. So I thought, because I only hear adults when they use big words, it's either when they're oppressed or when they're in trouble. When I was looking at my drawing, I assumed impressed. So as I'm coloring, I'm like, this is my atrocity, this is my, I'm just really proud. So I realized, I looked at her face, she was not, in fact, impressed. Here's the thing about my drawing I can tell you. My creativity came in the use of my color. My grass was blue, the dog was purple, the tree, it was pink, beautiful, bright pink. She shouts, "What is this atrocity? How dare you do this to God's creations? God did not make things to look like this in nature." And without hesitation, I turned up and looked at her and said, "But God's not drawing the picture." So you know what happened next. She grabbed me so fast with her collar and was pushing me through the classroom. And you know those small desks, right? And everyone's got their head down, terrified. And I'm trying to get buy-in from the class. I'm like, "Am I right? Am I right?" And I start screaming on the top of my lungs. But God gave me the talent to make the picture. God invented trees. God invented pink. He invented sunglasses. I kept shouting. Needless to say, I got kicked out and I was never welcome in the class again. So, why do I share this story? Because I'm proud to say that third grader has found her tribe. That third grader has found her community. And it is led by tonight's final honoree, Executive Director of Mural Arts, and my personal hero, Jane Golden. Of serving on the Mural Arts Philadelphia Board of Directors, as well as Jane's personal board of thought leaders. That group I refer to as the DYTMICAC, which stands for Do You Think My Idea is Crazy Advisory Council? The answer is always yes. But that is the beauty of Jane's work, and that is the burden of Jane's purpose. Because her ambition, without her audacity, is what would truly make Philadelphia, this region, this community, an atrocious place. Unfortunately, those who replace curiosity with apathy, imagination with entitlement, or vision with ability are the ones who tend to confuse the two, and I can tell you, Jane Golden does not. For 30 years, she has led an organization that transforms public spaces and private lives through a collaborative process that values what the Interfaith Center of Greater Philadelphia stands for: compassion, justice, and diversity. Yes, part of that process is about art, but Jane has learned that the true essence of understanding is in the faith that we all want to be understood. In order to have engaged countless abandoned neighborhoods and dozens of projects every year, you need to have faith. In order to impact the lives of youth and adults by creating access to project-based learning opportunities, no matter how, when, or why they've been displaced by the community that promised them that they would not, you need faith. And in order to sustain her vigor and her commitment to using art as a means to ignite the darkest of places in the darkest of times, you invest in faith. That is why the Interfaith Center of Greater Philadelphia seeks to make an investment in Jane and the work that she has done right alongside the work she will continue to do. So, on behalf of all audacious souls and pink tree warriors like myself, I am honored to award you, Jane Golden,
my friend, my son with sunglasses, the 2018 Dare to Understand Award.
Because I don't like my job now. Tiffany, you remember? Your presence. And we're going to work together, I know it. I'll call you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And also, PECO. I just want to say, to Liz, to Ramona, to Christina, like, we work with a lot of corporations, and some people can talk about things, and others do it. And you are action-oriented, and really, you're so gracious and giving and generous in our city is better because of your philanthropy and your emphasis on universal. Thank you. I also want to start out by thanking my awesome, wonderful staff. They're extraordinary, and the board members who are here. So thank you. Give a round of applause for their work. And then my wonderful husband is here too. So patient and kind. And of course, I want to thank the wonderful Interfaith Center. I have felt really blessed and honored to work with them. I've known them, but when Abby called us and said, "Would you like to work together?" I mean, it didn't, it was like in a second. I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So, Abby, I just want to thank you and your staff and your board members. They are phenomenal. We have a round of applause for them. And I also want to say that this award has particular meaning because it says "Dare to Understand." And that's like Interfaith, their tagline, right, you could say, but it's not really. It is what is in their heart and their soul and what is in their DNA. And the work that they do is incredibly difficult. And I have remarks that I wrote, except I'm not going to read them, because I was so inspired, Husnaa by you, that I just want to speak from the heart. And I think, I want to go back in time, about 10 years ago, when we did a mural in Kensington. And it was about the impact of juvenile crime. And we thought we had buy-in from the community. And we started painting, and it was big and dramatic and almost a quarter of a mile long, so imagine this, right? It was really beautifully painted by Cesar Caballeros, great artist. And we had community meetings, and we thought everybody was on board. And then I got a call one day, it was an anonymous call, and someone said, "You know, Jane Golden, you're going to be surprised, you're going to go down there one day and that mural's going to be gone, because we're going to paint it out because we don't like it." And so I was like, "Who is this?" And I was really panicked, and then I got some calls from city council, and we did detective work, and tracked down this group of people who were really unhappy about the mural. They said they wanted a happy mural, not a message mural. This was betrayal. They went to our website. We're supposed to have a community process, and we said we had one. I said we didn't want to participate, so I'm like, well, so you should have read the flyers. You should have come. And anyway, so I realized after the first meeting that we had tapped into a fairly profound core of racism in this part of the city that was diversifying, changing, and also had the shadow of an emerging heroin epidemic. So all these forces were at work. And I like to think that I'm somebody who is a mediator, right? Like I can somehow, like in my next life, I'm going to work for the UN, but that is really not true. I'm actually quite adversarial. I'm an artist who went to go to law school. I'm not a lawyer, I sort of play one on TV. And when you make a point, I make a point, you make a point, I make a point. So I came home and I told my husband, who is so much calmer than I am. And he said, "What you need is a mediator, like a real one." And a Quaker mediator, perhaps. And I was like, that would be great. And he actually suggested this woman who I met, and she came to this community meeting, and so did hundreds of other people who were furious and angry at each other. And I'd done this work for a long time, but never had I heard such intense acrimony and insults. It was painful to hear this. But the woman who was the mediator really was brilliant. She isolated the opposition. They were clearly not the majority, but she heard them, she let them speak. And it was this tumultuous time. And at one point, this young woman stood up who was 14, and she looked at the crowd of people who did not want the mural, and she said, you know, I've been working on this mural. You know me because you know my mom died of a heroin overdose. And sort of shame on you adults. Like, what are you talking about? You want to stop this mural? This mural is beautiful. It's the best thing that's happened to us. And at some point, at another meeting, people asked for a compromise. They say, is a compromise possible? And we said, of course it is. What would that be? Well, there was a young man, he was troubled, then he became a police officer, and he went to Iraq to fight, and he died over there. Could he go on the wall? And we're like, absolutely. Could this pastor go on the wall who was a social activist? Of course he could. And eventually, the wall started to get populated by people that everyone agreed on. And during the height of this tumultuous time, at a point when I really thought we were going to lose, I remember hearing a story on NPR, and it was, it's called On Being now. I forget what it used to be called, but I love that show. And somebody said, it was a theology professor from Princeton who had been in Bosnia. And he said, you know, the hardest thing for human beings to do is to understand another person's perspective. But when that happens, we enter a state of grace. A state of grace. And that stayed with me. It has stayed with me always. And that mural actually had a happy ending. We ended up making peace. We had a mural dedication with hundreds of people who had been in odds. And not every project we do has a happy ending. Some are just difficult and complicated, and some things don't work out, but more often they do. They do. And why I tell this story is because it makes me think of Interfaith, holding on to that place that is a state of grace. That every day that Interfaith does their work, that's what they're trying to do, is build bridges of understanding and empathy and compassion. And we need to hold that. And we need to know that we need to be awake and aware and intentional about how we go about our business in this very frayed, complicated, tumultuous, divided world. A world where we pride ourselves sometimes, I think, on the divisions and boundaries and borders that are between us. And what we believe in mural arts, and what I know you believe, is it does not have to be that way. That is the beauty and the wonder and the magic of art, and why we relate so well. That we need to shine a light on our diversity, but within the context of commonality. That we understand that difference is good. That we need to embrace what we see as the other. When we started working at Graterford Prison, people said, why are you working at Graterford Prison? Well, why wouldn't we work at Graterford Prison? Why can't we see people's humanity? The young people we work with, some of them have experienced trauma that some of us would find unfathomable. What does that mean? Do we just see people as a snapshot of one time in their life, and that's it? And then, what about the work we do with crime victims and the men at Graterford? That was hard, hard work where everyone wanted to claim they had more pain than the other. Or when we started working in South Philadelphia with new immigrant communities and long-standing residents, and everyone said, well, they don't belong here, or we don't want them here, but this is my neighborhood. Can we all claim this space together? And if you go into Southeast by Southeast now in England Snyder, you would get agreement across the board from everyone that this is their space. It is their space. It's not our space anymore. It belongs to all of them. And the beauty is that people can work side by side and appreciate difference and see commonality. That people with different points of view can sit at a table and say, pass the blue, give me the brush, and start talking about their lives in open and honest ways. That is the beauty of this work. It is what drives me. It is why I wake up in the morning, and why I have never, ever stopped going for 30 years and won't. And this, to be clear, is not about Jane Goldman. It is about an extraordinary staff and board and friends and allies and citizens and organizations like Interfaith across the city who agree that this world needs to be a better place and that we are going to be relentless about making it so. A theology professor said that social change begins when human beings defiantly refuse to accept the idea that nothing new is possible, because something new is always possible. And the Interfaith Center knows that, because they see the light, and we get to see the transcendent power of art. And together, we are unstoppable. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So we've been working with Interfaith, and we have been trying to find a wall. And one would think, Jane Golden, you always say you have this huge waiting list of people who want work, and I'm like, that is true. But we're trying to do a project in Old City because it is the right place for many, many reasons, right? So we found walls that were brick, can't work on brick. We found buildings that were historic, can't do that. So we've heard a lot of no's, and usually, and we are really not good at hearing no, right? If you say no, I'm going to probably ignore you. So just be forewarned. So anyway, we have been tenacious, and today we got a wall. They're signing the authorization, and it's on Church Street, and it's going to be beautiful. And what I want to say is that this is just the beginning. We look forward to a future where interfaith and mural arts work together to bring beauty to the world. Thank you.
Hello friends, Jane Golden, you make me want to jump up and down too. I don't think I can do it as well. What a beautiful, beautiful evening we have had. Drummers, poets, artists, audacious souls, people who dare, people with passion and electricity. So, this is something that is growing, that is building, that brings change, that brings newness of life, that brings transformation, brings hope and compassion, as so many of you have shared tonight at a time when our bonds of affection in this world seem to be frayed, when divisions have been lifted up. And my goodness, isn't it a great thing for a wall to be something to celebrate? So let me say to our honorees, Husnaa, Jane, and PECO, you inspire us. We are made better by you. This city and this region are made better by your courage, by your compassion, by your personal example, by your years of service. May you flourish long, and may we work together to build even stronger bonds than we have right now. And my goodness, this new project, this project that we've been pursuing in Old City is very, very exciting. So, good news there. I want to also thank our sponsors, friends, and board members who make this evening possible, who have supported this artwork so generously. Thank you, thank you. We continue to lift up powerful voices, to share authentic experience, to build the skills, to be able to hear one another, to listen deeply, to be able to respond. This is the ongoing work of the Interfaith Center of Greater Philadelphia. How many years now? This is our 10, 12. We have grown, we have deepened our reach in the community, we deepen in the relationship, And I want to celebrate Abby Stemmelman-Hoppe. Please stand. Because it doesn't just happen. It takes commitment, intention, vision, planning, and a big and generous heart to do it every day. They are heroes themselves. They are heroes themselves. Friends, I want to also share with you, this has been an extraordinary evening. As you know, we raise money for the Interfaith Center through this event, and our profound gratitude to each one of you who has contributed. We are just breaths away from achieving our goal tonight. So if you have not yet had a chance to support us, please, there is an envelope in your packet. You might want to make a pledge, you might want to contribute now or later. We would be so grateful. Your support, with your support, we can be part of the lives of more students like Husnaa. We can create and share new narratives about authentic identity, real relating, people meeting in small groups with guidance, telling their stories. We can share our message through public art and collaboration. We can work effectively in the workplaces of Philadelphia to inform, to teach. We can move beyond what I would call interfaith accommodation to real understanding, that more may dare to understand. In just a few moments, we are all invited to adjourn to dessert. But if you've not yet had a chance to do this, you might want to take a look at the Unity board, which is in which direction? Back here. Please add your voice to this Unity, Y-O-U-N-I-T, interactive activity that celebrates not only your individuality, but our interconnection. We'd love you to be part of the whole ensemble piece, so please take a look at how those pieces of art are becoming transformed by all of you who are here tonight. Before we go, though, I'd like to just pause and ask you to take a breath and hold the sense of grace that is in the room. May we have the strength, the insight, the courage, and the tenacity to bring what we have shared here this evening out into the wider world. That we may all be ambassadors of hope, cooperation, encouraging others to dare to understand, not only by what we say, but by our example. And I am reminded that, as Husnaa said, may we all be love-struck by interfaith dialogue. Our future depends upon it. Thank you.